guys, today's video is about the WERM by Dan and Dave Buck. Now the WERM is a really good display flourish. It's also an intermediate flourish, so you can learn this after you learn Sybil and Charlie A. And there are so many tutorials out there that you probably had to scroll through a bunch just to find this video. But this video is not a tutorial. This is more of a troubleshooting video. So basically, whenever I learned the WERM, there are a few things that I had issues with, and that's basically what I'm going to go over today, and then how to fix them, because you may be having the same problems I did. So I'm going to give you an overview, and then I'm going to troubleshoot it. That way you won't have any more problems, you won't have any more worries. Hakuna Matata. So let's get started. I apologize if anything is out of frame or anything like that. Some things to know that will help you with your WERM are the Charlie A cut, scissor cut, and the Sybil cut. So those are mostly a bunch of basics that you should know. You're going to hold it in straddle, grip with thumb and middle on the short edges, break off 2/3, break off 1/3, rotate into the arch, push off single card to where it contacts with your pinky, peel card with your thumb from the back of the packet, and then re-grip with your servant thumb where your master thumb is. Let go with your pinky on the front and extend by rotating. Then you're going to close by reversing the action, putting this top packet down, rotating this back on top, putting this card on top, and then putting the last packet on top too. Alright, so I'm going to do my best to troubleshoot each part starting from the beginning. So the first part you may have trouble with is the rotating of these packets, and that's more something you just have to get used to. But I will say that if you grip the packet with your thumb in front of the pinky, closer to the other thumb, instead of behind the pinky, closer to these two fingers, you're going to have a lot less rotation room and gripping room for when you extend the display. Look at how much space there is right here, and that's from gripping in front. Then if I grip behind, there's a lot more space, like double the amount of space. So I would recommend gripping behind your pinky and index. And then rotating. This bottom packet is going to be basically straight up and down. And this packet is going to be horizontal to the ground. And this packet is going to be parallel to this, for me, 6 of hearts packet. Kind of like this. And from the front, kind of like a little rainbow basically. Okay. Again, make sure your pinky is here, because if you don't have your pinky there, the packet is going to fall. And then for this push off, I'll leave a link in the description to another video where they describe how to push off a card. Basically apply pressure downwards and out, and you kind of just have to barely loosen the grip with your thumb back here, because that's the biggest thing that's blocking it. And you can't just push forward, you have to push like kind of diagonal. And also notice how my index is bent like that, and then it extends. And also notice how my middle finger is bent, and then whenever the card pivots, it kind of straightens out down here. Now that may help you. You don't have to do that consciously. It just kind of happens naturally. Also with the pivoting, this is different for a few people, but I don't like to push off the very corner that's very difficult for me. My index can't extend that far either. So I like to push off more in the middle. And that's a lot easier for me. And my index and the card can actually go out further if I push off from the middle. So look how much space there is here. Then if I push off here. But after some practice, hopefully you'll get the push off down. Okay, something else that you may struggle with is this peeling off with the thumb. I would contact the card closer to the bottom than in the middle. And that, I think peeling that off is a lot more easier than pushing off the card. Also, whenever I peel off this card on the thumb, where it contacts my pinky can really help for whenever you extend the display. So if you were to see how much space, so getting rid of one of those cards, peel, it's kind of weird. Look how much space there is for rotation. I can actually go almost a straight line. But if I were to let the card contact my pinky where there's a lot less space, so all the way up there, if you can see that right there, there's gonna be barely any rotation room and the card can just easily fall from your pinky. So basically, just pay attention to where each of the contact points are for any type of rotating, and notice how much space that will give you for grips and rotation. Hopefully that makes sense. And then I think the closure is pretty easy. You're basically just undoing everything you just did. Okay, sometimes I do it too fast in this packet that was gripped between my pinky and thumb. Sometimes it just falls because I'm doing it too fast, so make sure that you are rotating it horizontally, I guess, instead of like up. And then basically the last thing is, whenever I first learned the worm, my hands were so shaky whenever I got to the display right here. My hands wouldn't stop shaking. In fact, I'll pull up some clips and my hands will probably be shaking and cards will be falling. It was just such an unusual grip to me that I was dropping all the cards and my grip just wasn't tight enough and my hands wouldn't stop shaking, so I couldn't stabilize it. So yeah, that just takes practice and hopefully you'll get it down. Now whenever I do this entire cut, most of the packets or the cards are contacting the first little section of my fingers. So for my pinky, it's this little part from the tip to this like first joint or knuckle. For my thumb, it's around here, the tip to the first knuckle. Hopefully you can see that. And if I try to grip it past, like farther down your finger, that's just, I mean, that may work for you because it's a deeper grip, but that feels like more of a stretch and the grip just doesn't seem as strong. Basically, I would suggest gripping it at the first little sections of your fingers, but you can try to grip deeper and see if that works for you. This is a troubleshooting. It's not set in stone or anything like that. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it was helpful. And if you are struggling anymore, be sure to leave a comment down below and I will try to help you out the best I can. And yeah, again, hopefully you don't have any more problems with it and it just takes some practice and getting used to. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe for more Cardistry videos, and I'll see you next time.